Yes guys, so today we are talking about the WorkSharp micro sharpener and knife tool. And we are going to test it out on my little jacket knife. So I made this horrible leather sheath, and this is actually a rat-too looking knife, but it's not a rat-too. It has a rampant lion logo on the blade. I have no idea where this knife comes from, what company made this thing. I have no idea. I bought it secondhand. It works great as a jacket knife. It's nice and small. It's has great G10 handles. It's very sturdy, good standoffs there, and DLC coating on the blade. Seems like good blade steel, but it does need a sharpening, as you guys can see. Let me just get some paper. So you can see here, that thing does not want to cut at all. So yeah. So we need to sharpen this knife, and I've decided I bought this thing today. It's the WorkSharp micro sharpener and knife tool. So let's take this guy out. Right, so we have here some instructions. It actually says there that it has an angle guide, and for those who don't know, I have a knife sharpening service sideline job. So I usually use a Torx, or I will use a KME Lansky type stone sharpening system, or I will just go with a classic freehand whetstone sharpening or diamond stone sharpening. So yeah, I have some experience. I don't like using the Torx. I'll talk about that later. But I saw this guy today, and it was actually on 50% discount. And I felt, yes, that thing is actually pretty damn nice. Because it's nice and small and great for EDC purposes. And you have these awesome little Torx bits. So it's also a knife maintenance kit to some extent. So you have T6, T8 and T10, which is basically every knife that has ever existed. Most knives have one of those three options, or two of those three options, for the pivot and the screws. It also has this little magnetic piece, so you can just slot that in there. Sorry, my hands are stained from leather work that I did today. So you can adjust your little knife. Let's test this guy out. Yeah, so that actually works pretty damn well. I really like that. That's awesome. In your pocket, huh? That's a cool little kit. Okay, but like a woman, it can't just look good. It needs to be able to work. So let's put this thing to work. As I mentioned, it has some guided angles. So with the diamond rod, we have a medium coarse diamond rod here. And with the diamond rod, we have a 20-degree angle. So you actually set it up here at the little plastic bit. Set your knife down there and then start pulling it away. Okay, like that. And that is just what you keep on doing. And I wonder if this actually works with bigger knives. So let's just test it on a honey badger. Now the honey badger is freaking sharp, so I really don't actually need to do this, but it works with regards to a bigger knife blade. This is a large honey badger, so it should fit nearly every pocket knife then. That's great, guys, huh? Feels like it's working. It will definitely not leave your edge looking beautiful, but will it make it sharp? That's all we care about. That is what this thing was made to do. So does it do its job? Okay, so it says about 5 strokes. It depends on the condition of your blade, of your edge, but I think 5 strokes will do. That thing is already shining, huh? A lot more than in the beginning. So here you have your honing rod, and you actually have a 25-degree angle here for sharpening. So just an interesting tip with regards to sharpening, you always want to finish your knife with 5 degrees more. Okay, so if you're sharpening at 20 degrees, make your last sharpening angle 25 degrees. Or if you're sharpening at 17, make it 22 degrees, because that leaves a very nice finish on the actual tip of the blade, of the edge. the tip of the edge. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Do you guys think this is gonna work? I don't know. It's made to work, so it must do something. But I'm skeptical about how well this is going to go. It's very easy. It's very comfortable to sharpen with this system. I must admit that's for sure. I hate pull-through sharpeners, guys. This is a good answer, actually. Well, I don't know if it's a good answer yet, but I'm thinking this might be a good answer to something like the Lansky Blade Medic, or even the WorkSharp Pivot Plus. You know, look, I really hate pull-through sharpeners. They completely destroy your edge. They completely destroy the angle. Don't do it. They remove way too much material. Look at that. Yes, they're shining. That's freaking cool. It's not a mirror polish, but it's really not bad. That's pretty nice. And don't worry about this on the honing rod. It basically just wipes off. So yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, I think we should try this. So let's see what edge we have on this guy. Just finishing it up. 3 more strokes there. So comfortable to hold this thing and sharpen with this thing. It really is. I also feel very safe. So this is a great option for a beginner. You know, if you're trying to learn kind of how to freehand sharpen, this is a very inexpensive, very good option to have. Let's test it out on some very awful paper. So if this thing can cut this paper, right, then it is good, because this paper has been in water. It is super thin. It is, in my book, the ultimate test. I use it to actually test whether or not my knives are sharp when I do a sharpening job. So because I know when a knife can cut this paper, it is sharp. Okay, you can see it's like crinkled there and stuff. So let's see what we have. It's not the best finish on the edge, but it's definitely okay. It's not the worst. Okay. What? A knife sharpener that actually sharpens. Oh my word, that's good. It's not like whew. So here and there the paper is just crinkling. But yeah, very sharp. I like it. That's a good sharpness on this knife, especially with this little thing. And it's worth noting that I think this knife was actually sharpened to about like 18, 19 degrees before. So not a massive difference, but it's still just worth noting that we didn't reprofile this blade or the angle, but it did hone it very nicely. So that's awesome, guys. I will definitely recommend this to anyone that wants a knife sharpener. This is a good, cheap option. As I mentioned, I bought it for $150. I don't think you should pay more than $200 for this. That would be sort of a little bit of a rip-off. But yeah, for what it is, for what I paid for it, I love it. I really do. It's a sturdy construction. You have that knife maintenance options with the T6, T8 to T10. You have a nice diamond stone that will last you quite a long time, I'm thinking. And then you have this awesome honing rod, which is also going to last you quite some time. You can sharpen large blades on this easily. You can sharpen small blades, short blades. I don't think you can sharpen something like an axe or a machete, like a load shedding. But it will work for your pocket knife. Good EDC item, highly recommended. Get yourself a WorkSharp micro sharpener. And remember, guys, no knife, no life.